My pitch would be a school with comic books.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, it's kind of true. When I was in elementary school, all I did was read, collect, and draw comic books. I went to Catholic school. So like in the Blues Brother movie, remember the nun with the girl? They really do exist. We had one, her name was Sister Nazaire. But I remember Miss Peterson, Miss Regina, and Miss Florentino. They would take, because I'm not supposed to be reading a comic book during school, right? But because I was reading the comic books, it made me a good student. So Miss Regina and Miss Florentino, they picked up on it. So they would take my books from me during the school class, rightfully so, but at the end of the day, they would give it back to me. Sister Nazaire? Sister Nazaire, she had a yardstick and she had a stack of comic books sitting in a class that she took from the students, and she was staying there daily to try to take it. But I bring that up because the other teachers saw that just something creative by letting these kids, they're reading. As long as they're reading, they're going to get the A's and B's. And the reason why the comic books interested me was this. Education plus innovation leads to transformation. Right? So everything that y'all do in those pictures, y'all are using innovations. You're getting creative with this educational process. And I was reading these comic books. Not only I was practicing reading, the more you do something, the better you get at it. But the other element is imagination. Even Albert Einstein, the smartest person in the history of the universe, said imagination is more important than what? Yes. He didn't say knowledge wasn't necessary, but if you combine that imagination with the knowledge, you solve that problem. So why did these teachers say, give that boy back to those comic books that a lot of education, but they don't need to read the comic books. So if we don't need to read the comic books, then you're saying we don't need to read. Shorten that statement, that's what he was saying. But the reason why the comic books worked for me and the other kids, Craig Henry was the guy that could draw better than me. I remember you still, Craig, but you didn't stop me. But in school, in history, I would learn about World War II, right, in school. But when I read Captain America, my imagination would take me there. In school, I would learn about the sun and the moon and the stars and the planets. But when I read the Fantastic Four, the Silver Surfer would take me around the sun and the rings of Saturn. So innovation combined with education transforms these kids. It allows them to exist in this universe in the way that they was put here to be. So that's kind of like the secret to my greatness in music. I was pretending my whole career, I'm gonna share this with y'all. My whole career, I was just pretending to be a superhero on the microphone. I was a shy little kid growing up in Queens, New York. I didn't want to hang with the kids that were stealing and cutting school. I didn't want to be in a gang. I didn't want to sell drugs. I didn't want to fight and stab and do all that other stuff. I wanted to be honest and good. So when I read the comic books, it was the only place that I saw geeky, nerdy, awkward. Remember, superheroes, they got problems in their real life, just like me in third grade. I could relate to that. But they were super bad and powerful. And I saw that I could be like them. So I said, I want to be like Peter Parker. I want to be like Reed Richards. I want to be like Tony Starks. Not because they're Iron Man and Spider-Man and the leader of the Fantastic Four, because they're smart and educated, and that means you could be cool. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to celebrate these innovators, these superheroes. So y'all ready to rock? Yeah. All right, we're going to start with this. Our 2023 Education Innovation, I love that word, Showcase runner-up is A School Without Walls Virtual from New York. Y'all ready for this? Our 2023 Education Innovation, I love the sound of that, Showcase winner is Collegiate Education! Collegiate Education, all that rhymes. I'm putting that in the next song. All right. Coming to Texas, rhyme for y'all. All right. And we have to make sure we recognize our team who was third place. Because y'all are all winners, regardless of not doing what they're doing. Because y'all are doing what they're doing anyway. That's the importance of this event. To showcase all of you and encourage y'all to continue, keep up the great works. Third place goes to Launch Expedition from New York.
Time to a close, but before we go, I must say thank you so much to our judges, to our sponsor, Class N, to our MC, Mr. GSV, for their support of this showcase. And I also must say, while this was a team effort, Julia, come on up to this stage. Tirelessly to bring this vision to life. Thank you so much, Julia. And to all of our showcase finalists with us today and all of the leaders in this room, thank you for what you are doing for our kids. Thank you for what you will do. We need you, and we need you to stay in this fight with us. Thanks so much, folks. Take care.